What's up guys, it's Legend X Rona, and today I have another speculation video for you guys. Now, today I want to discuss the possible variations that Fujin could have if he's in Mortal Kombat X. Now, I know he hasn't been confirmed to be in the game, but I'm pretty positive that he will be in the Kombat Pack 2, mainly due to the fact that he's a really highly demanded character, and a lot of people will agree that he should have been main roster to begin with. So, these are my own thoughts and opinions on what possible variations he could have, so please try to respect that. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So, here are the variations that I came up with and some of the standard moves that he will have. The first variation we have is Wind God Variation, where it's wind-based combat. And then second variation is Cyclone Variation, where he'll create cyclones and tornadoes. And the third variation is Wind Staff Variation, where it's staff-based combat. Now, here are a few of his standard moves that he'll have. He'll have Wind Kick, Rising Knee, and Air Funnel. Now, these three moves right here are like basically the old moves he had back in Mortal Kombat 4, and he also had these moves in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Now, this last move I have right here, Gale Force, this is the move I came up with. Basically all it does is pushes the enemy back. This is basically just like the same thing he did during the Mortal Kombat X story when him and Raiden were pushing back Quan Chi and Sindel and the rest of them when they were fighting them. So let's go ahead and get started on the very first variation, Wind God Variation. Now, Wind God Variation is a melee-based variation, basically wind-based combat. Now, in this variation, his appearance, his eyes will be glowing brighter, and also he'll have wind around his arms. Some of the moves I came up with for this variation, he'll have wind-based combos, kind of like how Raiden's Thunder God Variation, how he has thunder-based combos. In this variation, he'll have wind-based combos. One of the moves he'll gain is Wind Aura. Basically, this will surround himself with wind and reflect any kind of projectile sent at him. And another move I came up with is Tailwind. Now, this will basically send wind in from behind the opponent and push them forward. Basically, this can help you rush down enemies and kind of keep the heat on them whenever you're doing combos and everything. Alright, so on to the next variation, we have Cyclone Variation. Now, this is mainly a zoning variation. In this variation, he can create cyclones and tornadoes, and his appearance in this variation, maybe like his hair can be down and he'll have like a wind aura around him. Now, the moves for this variation, these are some of the old moves he had in the previous game, but this first one right here though, this is something I came up with myself. He gains the ability to levitate. Now, he can basically fly up into the air, and during levitate, he can use the move Air Dash, another move I came up with. Basically, he can dash forward, and basically, if he make contact with the enemy, it will damage them on contact. Now, this is kind of like Katana's square boost, so I feel like this can also be a good asset to something that he could have as a new move. Now, the next move is Gusting Cyclone. Now, this is a move he had in previous games. Basically, he spins around, catches the enemy in the cyclone, and then sends them flying. For EX version of this move, maybe you can like send the enemy upward. That way you can continue doing combos. Now, the last two we have Tornado Wind. This is another old classic move. He sends the tornado at the enemy. Basically, is this makes them fall down after this. Maybe for EX version, it'll hold them in place so you can continue doing combos. Now, the very last one is Wind Aura. This is just like the same thing I had in the previous variation. Surrounds himself with a Wind Aura and reflects any projectile sent at him. Alright, so on to the final variation I have, Wind Staff Variation. Now, this is also a melee variation. This is based off of the staff that he has in the game. This is staff-based combat. Basically, he'll be doing some combos and everything with his staff. In this variation, his appearance, he'll just basically have a staff on his back. Some of the moves I came up with, like I said, he'll have staff-based combos, and also two moves I came up with is Air Cutter. Basically, he'll send a wind wave out of his staff, hit the opponent. In the EX version of it, he can send two wind waves out. And the second move is Air Slash. Basically, he slashes the enemy, sending them back. And then the EX version of it is Whirlwind Slash, where basically he will spin twice, slicing the opponent, and then the last part of the move, it will do a pop-up, so you can continue with more combos. Now, these are the variations and moves I came up with. I did take the time to kind of study Fujin and think of these, so let me know what you guys think. Do you like these variations, or do you have any that you think I probably should have added on here, or like what do you think? What kind of variations you think Fujin might have? Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, be sure to give this video a like. I think I will be doing more possible variation videos for possible characters that might be in the Kombat Pack 2, or possibly like how Rain. I do believe Rain will be free DLC, so I might also do a variation for Rain. So like I said, please be sure to give it a like. Also, follow me on Twitter. I will leave my Twitter account in the descriptions below. And as always, make sure you check out my other videos, and please make sure you subscribe. This is Legend X Ronin, and I'll see you guys later. So, moving on to number 2 on my list. Onaga will return as the main antagonist of Mortal Kombat 11. Now, this is something I definitely believe could possibly happen, mainly due to the flow of time in the